This one, when it comes to the fourth metatarsal, it usually develops a stress fracture at the area called the neck, where the head of the bone is right behind the toe. Right behind that is the neck. It's the weakest part of the bone. Now, we know based on his own account and what he's told us that he didn't have swelling or pain or bruising after he woke up the next day. That tells me, as a doctor, that he did not acutely break that bone. It was not in two pieces when he felt the pop the night before. When he was going through his workout, he said that he actually felt it crack on him. You remember he stopped the workout
Mhm.
for cleat soreness, is what he
Yeah.
told us, but it actually broke at that time. So he worsened his stress fracture to the point where the bone actually broke on him. And so then the natural follow-up question that we as fans should have is, well, is that concerning? Like, is he more prone to breaking his foot since it happened in two separate bones in his foot? And what I would tell you is no, it was a complete fluky thing. I don't even believe that it was due to compensation or anything like that. It was just he's a large guy and he was wearing the wrong cleat. He was doing a forceful type of workout, trying to do a 40-yard dash as a 6'6", 330-pound man in the cleats that were way too skinny for him. Bad mistake. Had I been able to evaluate him at the time and feel on that bone and he had tenderness on the bone, I would have shut him down and say, Caleb, don't do the workout, just do a pro day and you'll be fine. And you'll avoid this, potential fracture of your fourth metatarsal. Had that been the case, I think he destroys his workout at the pro day and then he still gets picked before 18 because there's not all this concern of this, second fracture, and his Jones fracture has been proved to being healed. So what I'm trying to say is this fourth metatarsal fracture that Kinetic asked me about, um, I think that unfortunately that injury was the reason that all these consensus people in the mock draft community dropped him a full round. Because if you looked at where he was consensus wise leading up to the draft at the time of the combine, but before we knew he injured the fourth metatarsal, it was around 20 to 22. So he's right around that area where the Vikings actually drafted him at 18. But once they found out about that fourth metatarsal injury, his consensus dropped all the way down to the 50s. So almost a full round after that. And so when it comes to the fourth metatarsal, he ended up having surgery where they put a plate and screws over top of that. We call that open reduction internal fixation. That was done by Dr. Norman Waldrop, who is the doctor for the Alabama college football program, in addition to the New Orleans Saints. So well qualified orthopedic surgeon. And this is a procedure that heals extremely predictably. The recurrence risk is even lower than that of a Jones fracture, which, by the way, is about 7 to 10%. So it's not that I have zero concerns for this player, but I'm just trying to say that the concerns are considerably low for him. And I felt okay taking him at 18. If you're telling me that he has the ceiling of like a Chris Jones type of interior rushing defensive tackle. But yeah, so when it comes to that fourth metatarsal, that surgery was done on March 9th. Week 12 is when I typically clear my patients for running and higher impact activities, which will be June 1st. So they're going to start doing some organized team activities at the end of May leading up into June.
Yep.
I would say don't be surprised if you don't see him actually doing field activity until training camp, and that's fine. But I do absolutely expect him to be ready to go for training camp.